Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your reading for the weeks of November 12 through 25, 2024. This is a reading if you're Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising, or have another significant Capricorn placement in your chart. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you. And if you're returning, welcome back. As always, I use Marie Hope's Way of Cartouche to do my readings, and I'm clarifying with the tarot deck. This week, I've decided to go whimsical with the Gummy Bears Tarot, and then we will have an extra card pull from the Black Moon astrology cards. So just want to mention the description box below is a link to my website and to my social media if you would like to follow me on Instagram, where I do a daily live stream. And if you're interested in any of my services, whether it be readings, coaching, astrology, or other services, you can see the full explanation of what I do at my website. So that's linked in the description below if that is something that you might want to do. Okay, so I'm going to jump straight into the reading itself. This has been a rather intense astrological period for everybody, for sure, and maybe intense in other ways as well. Some very interesting things here that I'm seeing, Capricorn, that, you've got this pyramid in the first house. And this has been coming up, this came up, I think, for Libra also. This is about a test of your faith in yourself. You feel like you're undergoing some kind of an initiation, something about your identity that's changing. And I can say that for all the readings I've done this week, this is literally something, either this card or one of these other cards of withdrawing, rethinking, reconsidering, all seem to be part of what's going on. So certainly the recent influences that have been going on, and of course there's going to be some ones coming up this week, like the full moon in Capricorn, Saturn stationing direct, and Uranus's interaction with the moon, that can, there can be more surprises ahead, and there can be more things that are making us think and rethink who we are, what we're doing, and so on and so forth. And with the Queen of Cups, there's definitely this idea of being more open, being more receptive. Queen of Cups is a very compassionate and loving kind of an energy, so perhaps you have been in the space of trying to be caring and supportive of others. And also just about receiving messages, keeping your intuition open. And I feel like this is going to be the key to resolving this issue, which does, by the way, always get resolved in time. But it's more like you're on the threshold between the old and the new, and you're kind of being told to keep an open heart, be compassionate, and to trust your intuition. Your intuition does seem like it may be very strong right now, because we have in the Pisces 12th house of what is hidden. You do have the moon, which is either Cancer or Pisces energy, and you have it with the Sphinx card. So Sphinx has to do with what's secret or what's hidden or what's being uncovered. And again, what's being uncovered, you're uncovering it more through, not so much in terms of logic, reason, and what you're seeing in front of you, but rather more in terms of what's felt or what's intuited here. So yeah, you are in this space of, your intuition is very, very strong, okay? And yeah, there's this idea of uncovering secrets. Maybe, like I said, this could have to do with yourself. This could have to do with some external situation. But there's definitely the sense of digging deep with the Sphinx card. And also there's a sense of waiting for something, okay? We're kind of in hiding, kind of waiting for something. And in the 8th house of transformation, I kind of like to look at those together when I see a strong intuitive bent. There definitely does seem to be messages that are coming in from your spirit guides. It could even just be your inner voice kind of piping up and saying, hey, pay attention to what we're saying to you here. And you have it with the 6 of Wands, though. So 6 of Wands is a card of victory. This is about you achieving some kind of a victory here. So I also feel like air in the 8th house, when it comes to fundamental change, when we talk about things, major change that happens, air is not a major change card. Air is more like there's a need to kind of take a step back from things, to look at the bigger picture of something. Again, there's something that's not seen here with what's going on in the 12th house. So I think this is more you it's talking about a change that is fast and fast moving. It's mercurial, okay? And remember, Mercury is going to go retrograde soon, so that can give us an opportunity to correct miscommunications or to revisit certain things. It's why we end up with delays, because The delay is making us stop and reconsider things. But this is also about change that is it's more superficial. It's not about deep change. So right now, I don't know, whatever's going on, whatever you're reconsidering, it doesn't seem like it's going to be, I just feel like with air here, like the changes are not going to be, like with other signs, I was seeing the Scorpio card here. So it was more like, okay, that could be a very deep change. That could be causing a tremendous amount of anxiety. This is almost like saying lighten up about things, okay? Because it does seem like there is going to be a victory here, or that you are going to reach a milestone or an accomplishment here of some kind. Now, if we look at your finances, is the first place we see, speaking of Seth, the Scorpio's card. You do have this in your second house of finances, so there could be financial difficulties or financial worries right now, or maybe there's just concerns about something connected to money. And we have it with Hathor, so I don't know if this is specifically, this could be a very specific message, but perhaps for some of you, there's a woman maybe who's been providing money, or there's some, I don't know, some female who may be a source of income, whether they're family, whether this is an employer, and it could be with the Death card that this particular source of income maybe is coming to an end. Hathor also can demand that we get organized with things, that, something is coming to an end, that maybe could be a problem that we have to prepare for. So this would also be about, getting our finances in order, checking the books, seeing what we're doing, making our plans. Hathor is it's kind of an Empress type energy. So it's somewhat Taurian, and it does connect to this house. But it's also, I feel like, has a strong Virgo vibe. It's about the action that we take to get things together. And even though Hathor is a feminine energy, which we would tend to think of as more passive, this is more about how do I establish security? How do I get a hold of things? How do I organize my world? It seems to be that kind of energy that we're seeing here. Now, okay, in the third house of Gemini, of messages and so forth, you have Horus with the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords seems to indicate a break, possibly a break with a family member, possibly with a brother or sister here in the third house, because third house is the house of siblings, and you have this family card here, but you also have this idea of separation. So for some of you, this could be that there has been a separation or a break off or break up with either a friend or a family member, because Horus also has friendship vibes. So I don't know, maybe some of you have, maybe there's been some friendships that have, this is definitely a card of sorrow and of isolation. So there tends to be, so you may be, there may be messages that you find heartbreaking. This could be messages of, that have caused a separation between you and somebody else. I mean, take it as it resonates here. I don't want to sound super negative, because Three of Swords can also be a card of healing. This is also about the way, and as is Horus. So it could be that maybe we need to heal broken communications. That could be true. That might be a more general message, is how do we heal from heartbreak? And how do we reach out to others? I feel like the strong energy, in spite of the fact that there is a lot of divisive energy in the collective right now, I do feel like this is saying, we want to heal our hearts. There's a lot about needing to heal the heart space, and it seems like communication may be the way forward for that. So if there has been hatred, anger, people being cut off, or you've just been heartbroken about something, this is more about communication that moves in the direction of healing, probably not in the direction of reinforcing a separation. Although it's acknowledged that some separations just are what they are, and we have to move on from them. So now the fourth house, Cancer energy. Now I find so interesting right now, I've done, this is the fourth, I do 6 readings a week. This is the fourth one I've done. And there's so much going on in the home area for people. So this does have to do with your sense of security, okay? It has to do with family, but it also can have to do with your literal home, like the space that you live in. Or even whether or not you're going to move or relocate from that space. It tends to fall into the area of Cancer, strong mother energy. And yeah, we've got the Ankh here. So there's a strong element of love here, of not just romantic love, because sometimes this does have to do with romantic love, but I feel like here there's almost like a love of the home space, a love of, or love that that's expressed through family. There's something here about establishing security through doing what you love. And with the Page of Wands, there could be some strong inspiration. This card's been coming up a lot in readings I've been doing as well. Page of Wands is this idea that, I have a new idea, I'm inspired. And this is being inspired in a very positive way. So that's interesting, yeah, because we're seeing this kind of separation over here, but there seems to be this positive movement in your home environment. And again, remember, Cancer is moon energy. So there's this idea of operating from the heart space, new ideas, establishing security, or establishing maybe even something within your home or in a new home or with your family. That there's new inspiration here. Wands are fire energy, and fire is definitely about taking action. And I'm seeing the Ace of Wands in the next house, but I think I would like to jump to a couple of these other houses first. Let me start with the 6th house, which is the house of worry. And it's also the house having to do with a job, can also have to do with our health. And if you are having health issues, this is very good news, because you have the wind disc with the strength card. And so this certainly means strong physical strength or overcoming difficulties. And this would be true of other things too. If there's been difficulties on the job, having the strength to overcome those. That's literally what this means. If you have been worried about something, you have the strength. It's saying have courage. You have the strength to overcome whatever's going on. And that's also a theme I have been seeing throughout all the readings this week. And yeah, oh my gosh, fire up here in your own house, Capricorn, 10th house. We've got fire with the King of Wands. I mean, this is almost strong Aries vibe. There's with the Page of Wands in the opposite house, this could be connected to family, because this is the house of the father, but it can also just be having to do with your career, your legacy. It's like a fire has been lit and you are determined to do the thing that you want. And this is absolutely saying that you can do it. And that this is now, I feel, the root of it, I feel, is in the heart space here. This is something that you're doing that's very much connected to to what you really love. Now, on either side of this 10th house of expansion, we have the 9th house of expansion, which is Sagittarius energy. And this has to do with, how we're expanding our horizons, either through education, through spirituality, or through literal movement or travel. Now, of course, with Mercury retrograde, Mercury retrograde is not going to start during the period of this reading, but we are in the pre-shadow period. So Sirius does have to do with, again, kind of like the strength card, there's a certain amount of endurance, a certain amount of work, rolling up our sleeves and, getting it down and dirty into whatever it is we're focusing on here. If it's spiritual, this may be why we have Sphinx in the 12th house. This may be us digging deep and trying to get down to the roots of certain things. But I feel more like this is about really wanting to put the work in of expanding your horizons. Sirius suggests that we have to think differently about things too. We may need to stand on our head to look at something, or we may need to get out of our own narratives and patterns of belief to see maybe the bigger picture or see a different perspective on it. I did a live stream on validation today, and I said, understanding another point of view doesn't necessarily mean you have to accept it, but at least trying to see what the bigger picture is. Because with the Knight of Swords, it seems like there's a sense of wanting to rush into something, wanting to rush into this new space, into expansion. There's a fight or a battle going on here. You see this Knight of Swords, this little bear, has his sword drawn, and the horse is acting fast. If we look at the tree in this one, the tree is blowing. I mean, this is air energy. This is wind, right? So there's something very intellectual about this. There may be a lot of mental energy right now. You may be looking to educate yourself perhaps on certain things, or maybe you're thinking about that. But there just seems like there's very fast action here. What I will only say with the Knights is always make sure you think things over carefully before rushing in. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that I feel like it doesn't necessarily mean that you shouldn't take fast action here, but that you want to make sure you're seeing the big picture before you act. I think that's what's key here. Now let's look at your 11th house of friendships and also what you're trying to manifest. Yeah, there could have been an issue with a friend when I'm looking at this down here, because we have the 9 of Wands and Anubis here. And so 9 of Wands, this is somebody who's on the defensive, somebody who's vigilant, somebody who's kind of watching around a bit distrustfully. Like, I've been traumatized, and now I've got my stick up, waiting to see who else is going to jump out from behind somewhere, right? It's the Wounded Warrior card, and you have it with Anubis, which is the card of protection. So when I see it here, this is almost like you're protecting yourself from your network, from the group that you're trying to protect your dreams, okay? And with the 9 of Wands, we're tired. There's a sense here that you're tired. You want to move ahead, and just going through this over and over again is just really draining of your energy. So I feel like you may be with, a lot of people are getting this. They may be withdrawing from company right now. Like, okay, I don't necessarily want to socialize as much or want to hang out as much. Or if there's been a recent breaking off with a friend here, then maybe you just need time to to regroup. But Knight of Wands definitely does have this energy of pushing through to the finish line. Okay, somebody's going a leaf blower outside, so I hope that doesn't disrupt things too much. I think the only ones we're left now are the relationship houses. So those of you looking for love, definitely new love on the horizon. You have double aces here. You have an Ace of Swords and an Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands in the 5th house, which has to do with passion. And so there could be a passionate love affair. We have Isis here, so this seems to be this energy of perseverance, patience, compassion. So I don't know, there could be a new beginning with someone, and this may be telling you to be patient. Isis is also the card of the mother, and it's showing up in the 5th house, so there could be something new going on around a child, too, for some of you. That's another possible interpretation here. Or there just could be a new creative idea that you need to give some love and care to have it develop, because there's certainly a lot of evidence of that between the 6th and 10th houses in particular. And over here in the 7th house of long-term relationships and, in balance and justice, we have Ace of Swords, which is news. This is like something coming in, something unexpected, or something very new that again, we've got this new energy in both of these places. So this could be a message, this could be a revelation, something unexpected, sudden clarity. So if you've been looking for love or not sure about somebody, maybe the message is going to come through about what's going on there, like with a bang, and you've got the other one card here too. You've got Osiris. Now Osiris is strong Aries or Sagittarius energy, and so we could be dealing with a fire sign person here, but this also is somebody who is stable, who has good judgment. Maybe there's just somebody or maybe there's maybe the relationship right now, if you're married, this is maybe your rock right now. Like you may have a partner who you can rely on, or maybe you're their rock, whatever it is, there seems to be this, but there's this very powerful new beginning, and there's news that's coming in. But everything about this, you've got Isis and Osiris too, okay? Isis and Osiris are a couple in Egyptian mythology. Osiris is the husband of Isis. So it's, that's interesting that that's showing up in the relationship houses. So for some of you, there could be a powerful new relationship and a powerful new start coming in, something with a lot of passion, and maybe something very unexpected, because I feel like Ace of Swords energy kind of like just comes in with a bang. It's like, whoa, here's this whole thing that's been kind of amorphous and Piscean, and we're not really seeing it clearly. All of a sudden, there's going to be some clarity, and there's going to be a sense of security, too, because I feel like Osiris brings that. So if you are married, I do feel like marriage and family, again, we're seeing this love in the home. So for some of you, that's going to be a refuge right now. For other people, it just seems like there's going to be a new start for you, potentially romantically, and that this is something that looks very, very promising. It looks like there's this balance of that's kind of emperor type energy with the compassionate energy of Isis. So that's really nice energy to see there. Overall, you have Bastet. Okay, so Bast, again, a card of intuition, a card of, the general advice of Bastet is usually give others their due. If you want to get your due, it's kind of like the do unto others as you want them to do unto you kind of card. But it's also about being social, and it's about being happy. So happiness is a factor here. Now you've got it with the 2 of Swords and the 8 of Swords, so there's a lot of mental energy here that's keeping you stuck and indecisive. But Bast is telling you to be happy. And this is so interesting because I'm getting this for a lot of people. There's the feelings, there's the mind that's going like crazy, but this is saying, focus on being happy, focus on being here. It does seem like there's a lot of promise here. Yes, there is some kind of financial situation that's coming to an end, and maybe that's going to be, or maybe there's a concern about something coming to an end. So there's something you're working on. Maybe for some of you, if there's been the end of a relationship, or if somebody's passed away, or if something, I don't know. Maybe that's where this 3 of Swords comes in. Maybe that's where the separation is. And maybe there's something that needs to be renegotiated here. So that's possible for some of you, that this is an end of a funding source that's either a job connected to a woman or even something feminine. Okay, Hathor type professions are like, I don't know, hairdressing or esthetician or nail tech or somebody who deals with cooking or fashion or something like that. I mean, it could be something there. If you have a job that kind of falls into one of those so-called feminine professions, that would be that might be indicated there. So for some of you, it could be leaving a job like that. For others of you, though, this could just be maybe there's a parental figure who's not giving money anymore, or there's just some situation that you have, again, with this feminine energy that says we are not, that this has come to an end and this is causing some anxiety. But that seems to be the main point of anxiety. Something, for some of you, this is a family relationship. For some, it's some other kind of connection. But there's definitely some new connections coming in here, for sure, regardless. So yeah, Eight of Swords, this is basically about being mentally stuck. So I think the idea is get out of your head and get, again, more into your heart. That's definitely a big thing that I'm seeing here. Let's do a reading with the astrology cards. So what does Capricorn need to know? Okay. See who wants to jump out and give you a message. Aha! Okay, Mars. It's just funny. I'm looking at all the fire in your reading and I'm getting Mars. So Mars is about action. Time to get out of your head, time to follow your heart, and time to act on things. I feel like there's been a huge impetus to move forward, to do new things, possibly new creative things, possibly mending fences with people, and also this idea of jumping, new relationships coming about. So I think this is actually a really positive energy. I think the difficulty right now is that there have been some changes that you think are going to probably be really problematic, and maybe in the short term there could be some things to figure out, but ultimately with air here, I feel like things are going to kind of go by quickly and resolve themselves quickly with the Six of Wands. So yeah, but when Mars shows up, it's like, there's nothing wrong with taking a step forward, with being a little aggressive, with taking action. Interestingly, like a lot of people have been getting these cards of kind of passivity, wait and see. This is saying no, like, the Knight of Swords here then is kind of like, no, act and act quickly, like mobilize. You've got a lot of energy here around you mobilizing and moving towards the legacy you want to leave, towards the thing you want to do. So I say go for it, Capricorn. Definitely a strong energy of that here. So thanks very much for watching. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified about future videos. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.